Cavaliers, happy Friday, happy Blue Gold Friday, and welcome to another rendition of 5 Minutes with Ford. It is March the 10th, and this week was another action-packed week at Summerdale Park School. Famous author and illustrator Michael Dooling kicked off the week presenting his experiences and how he got started in the field of art. He demonstrated to our 3rd through 5th grade students the different techniques that he uses with oil paint in his drawings. He took students through a step-by-step creation, which taught students how to look for angles and shadows when making masterpieces of their own. A huge shout out to our own all-star art teacher, Mrs. Barbera, for bringing this level of art into our school building and exposing this level of art to our students. Mrs. Barbera is also working with her Curators Club to offer an art show to our school community, which will take place later this spring. Mrs. Ratajski has been working tirelessly to earn our school the coveted No Place for Hate banner. This week, students in all grade levels participated in a school-wide scavenger hunt that was connected to our school's No Place for Hate theme, which is Our Walls Have Something to Say. Findings were submitted, and we are awaiting the results of our winners, which will be announced sometime next week. Thank you to all who participated, and again, thank you to Mrs. Ratajski for your relentless efforts in making our school a safe place for all. This week kicked off our spring sports season. Baseball and softball teams have been out on Ward Field braving the elements and working on their skills. I remember the early March practice days myself when I was coaching baseball circa 2011. Stick it out, warmer days are on the horizon, keep working hard, have fun, and in the interim, remember to pack that extra hoodie. The 2nd annual pickleball tournament took place this week, a strong showing from our 8th graders. Some of these all-star teams were a force to be reckoned with on the courts. Duos featured Jeremy Anderson paired up with Nathan Calderon, Shai Atkins teamed with Alexis Keown, and Terry Cole, who paired up with my main man, Z Hooper. These teams, along with some others, were really showing off their skills with some ace serves, dink shots, and a few nasty Nelsons, as they say in A-Wing. And staff, well, staff were really showing off their skills as well with some pancakes and, as they say on the defensive end in the court, in pickleball, Scorpions. Mr. Still and Mr. Santilli, team names Stantilli or Sanstilli, can't recall, were entertaining on the courts as to be expected. We even had an appearance by Mrs. Volinsky, who played in a sweater and jeans, a gold sweater and blue jeans at least. 80s throwback was the theme with some cool visors for 8th grade advisors and tournament organizers Mr. Travarelli and Miss Cordovari. And this just in, the reigning champions, now the 2-time champions, Mr. Fines and Mr. Euler, they really showed up to win, and they did just that, running it back for a 2nd year in a row. Congrats to the champs. I highly recommend that our staff reshuffle the deck going into next year's tournament so that we can hopefully have a duo that can provide Mr. Fines and Mr. Euler a better run for their money. That way we don't see a three-peat, which in sports terms is referred to as a dynasty. As for the student champs, that information is not in yet. They are actually playing right now as we film. So a champion is yet to be determined, but we will know shortly. Stay tuned. Our Hollywood Night themed student council dance is tonight, Friday, March the 10th. A special red carpet entrance with paparazzi and VIP photo shoot have been prepared for all attendees as they enter the gym. Special shout out to student council members and student council advisor Mrs. Flynn, who have been doing a great job and working very hard to make this evening fun and hopefully produce some special memories for our middle school students. On a more serious note, an administrative note, a supervisory note, a safety note. Students are to be signed in and out of the dance by a parent or guardian or a designee that has been identified by the parent or guardian on the permission slip that was submitted earlier this week. We thank you for your cooperation with that. There will be a raffle and food and drinks for sale throughout the night, and there are rumors going around the building that there will be some Texas Roadhouse as an option for purchase. Should be a fun night for all. Looking ahead into next week, Commander Humphreys and Sterling's ROTC students will be visiting our 8th grade students here at the park, and our 8th graders will be introduced to the ROTC program. They will experience some of the warm-ups and activities, and they will be able to hear all about the great opportunities that the ROTC program has to offer at the high school level. Commander Humphreys does this annually, and it really is a good intro to the ROTC program that they run over at Sterling High School. Many former Cavaliers are now involved in this program, and it is nice to see them return with the level of self-confidence that this program instills in young people. Thank you to Mr. Humphreys for reaching out to me and for working with us here at the park to coordinate this program and expose our 8th grade students to this offering. The Summerdale PTA is having their spring book fair, which will be held all day next Wednesday, March the 15th, in the Summerdale Park School cafeteria. Also, next Wednesday, March the 15th, will be family night for the book fair. Students can bring their parents and guardians back to the school to visit the book fair between the hours of 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock p.m. The family night will be held in the library, not the cafeteria, so any families returning to school for the evening should enter the school building through the marquee double doors in the front of the school. Next, please mark your calendars for next Friday, March the 17th. This is an early dismissal day for students. Dismissal will be 12:33 p.m. Please be prompt to pick up your child or children. And this will allow for students to get home and get a head start on making those Irish potatoes or corned beef or whatever it is you might do if you celebrate this holiday. In school, there will be a half-day pretzel sale taking place, and order forms will be sent home Monday. And lastly, before we sign off, I want to give a special shout out to one of our 7th grade Cavaliers, Desi Mullen. Desi is wrestling for a state title tomorrow morning in Trenton. Desi went 20-9 during the regular season and won the junior division at his weight class at a tournament down in Upper Township. Desi's match begins at 9 a.m. at the Cure Arena in Trenton. So if you have any availability in your Saturday morning schedule, try to catch Desi at the Cure Arena and help him bring home a state championship. Awesome stuff, Des. This is so cool. Good luck to you. Well deserved, and I have to spill the beans. Dad reached out to me. I thought this was worth throwing on the show. Well, everyone, thanks for tuning in to another episode of 5 Minutes with Ford. I hope everyone enjoys some much needed downtime and relaxation with family and friends this weekend. And as they say around the park, and as always, go Cavs.